Pleasant morning, everyone. I welcome you all to the World IPR Day Celebration. All good things starts with the blessings from God. We'll start with the prayer song.
सत्यव्रतम् सत्यपरम् त्रिसत्यम् सत्यस्य योनिम् निहितम् च सत्ये सत्यस्य सत्यम् हृतसत्यनेत्रम् सत्यात्मकम् त्वाम् शरणम् प्रपन्नाः वाणी गुणानुकतने श्रवणौ कथायाम् हस्तौ च कर्मसु मनस्तव पादयोनः स्मृत्याम् शिरस्तव निवास जगत्प्रणामे दृष्टि सदा दर्शनेतु भवत्तनूना नमो भगवते तस्मै कृष्णायाद्भुतकर्मणे रूपनाम विभेदेन जगत्क्रीडति यो यतः ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः
I call upon Reshma, IAC coordinator, to introduce the speaker of the day.
I feel privileged in welcoming the Honorable Chief Guest of the Day, Mrs. Kavitha Karthikeyan, who is the Associate Professor and Head in Civil Engineering. She is also the Coordinator at Internal Quality Assurance Cell and Innovation Ambassador at MOE's Innovation Council at Prince Sri Venkateshwara Padmavati Engineering College, Ponmar. She is a professional with her credentials of first class with distinction in BE and University Gold Medalist in her M.Tech degree. She received AICT's Leelavati's Award 2021-22 for Women Empowerment on 8 March 2022 at New Delhi and was announced as first runner and the theme Technology for Women, for which Prince Group of institutions played a key role in guiding and supporting her. She has filed about 3+ patents and has contributed for scouting innovative ideas in her institutions. She is recognized as the Best Innovation Ambassador in Southern Region during the MOE's Innovation Cell Regional Meeting held at Chennai on 21st July 2022. She has visited to University College London for presenting her innovative theme in Agriculture Disease Mitigation System. She has attended various international conferences and participated by presenting her ideas and received Best Paper Award for her innovative works. She has done extensive research work on innovative concrete using talipot seed, waste paper sludge, construction demolition waste, light transmission in concrete, geopolymer concrete, and etc. She published more than 10 papers in reputed peer-reviewed journals and conferences at international and national level. She is a member of various professional bodies such as ISTE, Indian Association of Hydrologists, Indian Water Resource Society, Solar Energy Society of India, and etc. Currently, she plays an active role as coordinator for the Internal Quality Assurance Cell in her institution under the guidance and mentorship of her management. She plays a key role in her quality initiatives in her college. She is one of the key players of achieving A++ grade in NAAC accreditations in her college during May 2022. Welcome, ma'am.
Thank you, Reshma. I now hand over the session to our speaker, Mrs. Kavitha Karthikeyan.
So thank you, Maitreyi, Reshma, and the two singers who started the session. Very glad, and it was very nice to start the session with a prayer song, and like it gives an feeling of offline kind of an interaction. So thank you so much for this. And first of all, I would like to wish and congratulate the IIC of Vaishnav College, because taking such an initiative on IPR Day for students is a great thing. And congratulations for that, and hats off to the efforts that the IIC takes in your institution. I'm really glad to meet you all online for this IPR Day celebration. So with this short details, we will go into the presentation so that I can share the screen. Is my screen visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So IPR Day. So when is this IPR Day? Can anybody answer? It's not today. So anybody?
26.
Yes, April 26th is the World Intellectual Property Day. So we can organize sessions before that or after that. So it's not organizing it is important, and understanding what is IPR is very important. So we are all gathered here to understand what is intellectual property and where are we as a country, where our country stands in the global intellectual property. What are the challenges and issues for the present generation in IP, and what are the opportunities that you have in intellectual property? So these are the kind of things I'm going to share in this session in another 1 hour. So we'll, with no further delay, we'll go into the session. So first of all, I would like to thank Dr. Sanjeeva Kumar Majumdar, who is the person who actually motivated me to know more about IPR, because we, as an innovation ambassador, we take up trainings in IIC, in the training modules. So where this session impressed me a lot, the generation and management of IP at early stage of innovation startup development, where this professor actually shared lots of details on intellectual property, and that gave me a great motivation to know more about IP, intellectual property, and take up sessions on that. So I sincerely thank Dr. Sanjeeva Kumar Majumdar for the session in IIC. So with a quick question, I would like to ask a question to students, like does anybody know what is the India's rank in International Intellectual Property Index? So that is lastly, it is done in 2021. So is anybody aware of where are we standing as a nation in intellectual property? Can anybody guess? It is very important to know that.
We are 42nd.
Exactly, great, Maitreyi. I'm really impressed, because I had asked this question to many of the colleges, but even I had a guess answer. I'm really happy that you are able to answer it correctly, and you have actually done a homework before attending this session. Hats off to you, and great. I'm very happy today that so far I have done sessions in many colleges, but they have not answered it this way. So thank you for that, and I'm very happy today. So keep it up and keep working, and keep do some homework before like this, before attending any session. So it will actually help. So as Maitreyi said, we are in the 43rd out of 55 countries. Close to answer. It's not. It's too good that we are ranked 43rd out of 55 countries. So 55 countries are competing in the global economies for intellectual property rights, of which we are in the 43rd position. So this is again an issue. It is a challenge. If we are not going to improve or increase our global index or our global intellectual property rights index, then it is going to be that India cannot survive in the next future, in the next developmental stages of all the nations. Because what happens is that the innovation index, the IP index, and the startup global startup economy has to boom, then only a nation can develop and the GDP of the nation will increase. If we are not developing innovative ideas, if we are not filing patents for those ideas, if we are not developing startups for the nation, then our GDP is going to go down, after which our country will again face crisis related to economics. So this is why the entire nation and the government of India is focusing on improving the intellectual property rights index, improving the innovation ecosystem, and improving the startup ecosystem. So all these things are interlinked, and once if we all move together in improving all these IP related, innovation related, and startup related things, then finally India is going to become the leader in innovation and startup ecosystem. So with this, I would like to say that yes, IP, developing an IP is an issue, is a challenge which we are not focusing right now. The students are also motivated mostly towards getting jobs and getting placed and going to some other foreign countries. But only if we innovate in India and make an entrepreneur, make a startup in India, that is going to be our property in respect to intellectual property. And there is a great opportunity ahead for all the youngsters to innovate, to create their own intellectual property and become the owner of a startup company. So with that potential, the government is planning for more number of schemes for the youngsters, the students from colleges, to come up with IPs and to come up with startups. So that is one opportunity which we should all see related to intellectual property rights. So we talk about intellectual property rights, but before starting the intellectual property rights, we need to understand how the intellectual property rights will come into existence. If we have an innovative idea, or if we are having some projects or some processes which will be innovative to be given to the public, which will address some issues, so all those ideas can be made into an intellectual property. So for that, looking into ideas is very, very important. Everybody just like that cannot become an innovator. We need to explore things which are lying as opportunities in front of us, but those opportunities will be invisible. We cannot see those opportunities easily. Always the opportunities will be invisible. We need to try addressing, identifying the opportunities, and also we need to solve impossible things which is important for the future. So solving impossible things and seeing the invisible opportunities is an important characteristics of an innovator. If that characteristics is present in any person, sure he is going to become an innovator. He is going to innovate things. He is going to file his intellectual property, and sure he is going to start his own business. So to become an innovative person, to how to be an innovative person, because innovation is the base for intellectual property. So anything, if you want to file a patent, you need to think on differently, you need to think on innovatively. So all those comes linked to the innovative concepts. So you need to explore new technology, you need to reinvent the wheel, think on existing products, how to improve it, then move on with experiment with the new things. So these steps can help students and persons to become innovative. Once you start the innovative journey, slowly you can move into the intellectual property, then ideating, then business plan, then startups, and then establishing your own company. So that is the entire process. So I just, before starting with IP, I would like to, this is very important because innovative things only can be patented. It can be taken for patent rights. So what do we mean by innovative ideas? So that is again a question now, because we can talk about innovativeness, but exactly we should have an understanding of what is innovative idea. For example, you would have all seen this stump in the now we are every day we are watching IPL matches, right? So we can see that once the ball hits the stump, the light glows on the stump and also with the and also on the thing which is flying. So this concept was invented by Bronte Eckermann, the director of an Australian company named Zing International. So Zing, from working in a Zing International as a director, this person invented this type of stump in 2013. So it is just a light sensor which will glows the light when the ball strikes on the stump. So this concept he has invented in 2013. He has filed a patent also. Until now, this concept is being into existence in all the matches, wherever, in which country, wherever it is, matches happening, this concept is existing. You imagine he invented this concept in 2013, but even today he is earning money out of this concept because he has filed the entire patent rights on his name. So this idea, one innovative idea which is going to change the entire history, is going to earn you money for generations, right? So that is very important. So I would like roughly, I don't know the exact amount he is getting for every match, but roughly I would say it is not less than 10 crores. So for every match, this person, Bront Eckermann, is getting, if they use this type of stump as a royalty, this person is getting 10 crores. So I don't know the exact amount, but to this range, he gets the amount. He's earning money through one IP, intellectual property. So if something else better than this comes into picture, then this will go down, the other idea will come up. So that is the power of innovative ideas, So the power of innovative ideas is that. And here you can see a small boy. He is a 7th standard boy. He has invented a system for using recycled soap water in washing machine and method. He has got a patent right also. So he is in the grade 7. He has got a patent right for his idea. So this idea again is to be innovative, to get patent right, there is no age limit. Even in the small age, even at school level, even at college level, even an old person, even a farmer, even a labor who is working in agricultural labor, even a municipality worker can, if he has an innovative idea, he can file his patent, and can become the owner of an intellectual property. So that is what innovative ideas have the power here. So this is very important. We might think, why should we get the intellectual property rights? Why is it needed, right? So why is it needed? In the sense, it is also equal to the tangible assets. Tangible assets is something like a car, a house, or the land we have. That is the tangible asset. Intangible asset is that which we cannot feel, but we will have it. Our reputation, our satisfaction, our brand name, all those things are intangible assets. Once, if you get an innovative idea, it can be converted into a tangible asset by filing the intellectual property. So just when talking about tangible and intangible assets, here you can see few pictures. Can anyone say what are the tangible assets here in this picture on the right side? Please unmute and answer. Tangible assets. Tangible assets are assets which you can touch and feel.
The laptop, car,
car, and the
these,
money and the gold.
jewelry.
Yes, very good, very good. Intangible is that the brand name, the trust, the design, the value, the strategy, and the software. Software kind of thing is an intangible asset. So tangible is, I would say, it can be an equipment, it can be a machinery, it can be buildings, it can be vehicles, stock, land, and cash, which you can touch and you can feel that you have it. Intangible assets is that you cannot touch it, but you can have it as a pride factor. You can have it as a pride factor. So examples are trademarks, franchises, copyrights, licenses, goodwill, patents, and brands. The brand name you establish is again an intangible asset. So you can't touch these intangible assets, but they are really a greater value to you or to your company, right? So that is intangible and tangible assets. So I would say the intangible asset, the intellectual property, what we are talking about is an intangible asset. When we have an idea and when we are owner of that idea, then we are saying that the idea is the intangible asset. And if we take the rights for that idea, it is called as intellectual property rights. The idea is called as the intellectual property. And once if we file a patent for the idea, then it is called as intellectual property rights, right? So that is the definition. Coming to the actual definition of intellectual property is an intangible creation. That is, we cannot touch it, we can only feel it. Is an intangible creation of the human mind, usually expressed or translated into a tangible form. When you file the patent, it is getting transferred into a tangible form that is assigned certain by rights of property. So the rights of property is you get it through filing the patent. So the examples for intellectual property is it can include the copyright of a book, it can be a logo design, it can be a trademark, it can be a unique design, it can be a product, it can be a process, and it can be a manufacturing process of any item. So this IP, the value of the innovative idea, it should be protected. This IP, the brain, the idea which comes out from our brain should be protected. Okay, so this is very, very important. So IP should be always protected. So that is very, very important. So protecting our ideas from the what we visualize is very, very important. So IP as a property, it can be sold, it can be bought, it can be given for lease or for rent, it can be assigned to someone else, and it can be passed under a will. So in case of tangible assets, like you have a house, you can sell it. If you have a house, you can sell it, you can buy it from some other people, you can give it for rent or you can give it for lease. It can be assigned, you can give it to someone else and to have, you can ask them to maintain it. It can be passed under will, it can be given to your successors, to your son or your next successor. So in the same way, the intellectual property, the intangible asset, what we say as the intellectual property, that also can be sold. If we have an idea, patented it, and we are the owner of that idea, we can sell that idea. We can even buy others' idea and we can use it in our company. We can give the idea in for lease or for rent for others to use it, and it can be assigned to someone else, like technology transfer, or it can be passed under a will. You can write a will and you can say that this property, this intellectual property of mine can be passed to my son or to my daughter, whoever is my successor. So this, like a tangible asset itself, the intangible assets also has these kind of values and procedures. So it is very important that the intangible assets, that is the intellectual property, is being given such preferences so that the intellectual property, the ideas and all those things are not stagnant in one place, and it's spread all over the world to create lots of money and value for the innovative ideas. Imagine if the stump, the light stump which the person invented, he is not ready to give it to someone else to use it, it will just remain in one place there itself, and it will not even earn some money to the person. So he is not ready to manufacture it, but he has given the idea and he has invented the idea and he has given it to some other company to manufacture it, and that company is manufacturing the stump, but it is selling to someone else who is using it. The cricket team, the cricket council, the cricket bureau is using it. So the inventor is different, the person who is manufacturing it is different, and the user is different. But in all the three things, the common thing is idea. The idea earns money for that person. So it is important that one innovative idea which is going to change something in a bigger way, you should really file a patent for it. So that is the importance and the crux of the today's story. So intellectual property rights are the rights required by an owner of an intellectual property. It was a category of property that includes intangible creation of the human intellect. So it is the creation of the mind. It can be inventions, it can be literary or artistic artistic works, it can be designs, it can be symbols, it can be logo, it can be names or images which is used. So the main purpose of intellectual property is to encourage the creation of a wide variety of intellectual goods and strike the right balance between interest of innovators and wider public interest. So the important thing is, for us as an individual also, the intellectual property rights is important. For the nation also, the intellectual property rights is very, very important, because only if the nation grows in terms of intellectual property and innovations, then the economical growth of the nation can be visible. Otherwise, we cannot grow economically and we will still be a developing country. So economic growth of a nation, IP is very important. Now, coming into, these are the basic details of intellectual property. I told you as what is the definition and how it can be managed. It can be sold or it can be bought. It can be given for lease. It can be written under a will. It can be transferred to someone else. So all those things are general things which deals with intellectual property. Now in India, we have this Intellectual Property Rights Act. We have this IPR Act, according to which we follow all the subjects and we take the patent intellectual property rights according to the Intellectual Property Rights Act of India. So we have different types of IPR in India. The first one is patent. The second is trademark. Third one, copyright. Then we have IPR for plant breeders' right. Then IPR for utility or model design. Then IPR for geographical indication and IPR for trade secrecy. So these are the main categories of patent rights in India. Mostly we focus on. For every section we have a certain law or the Patent Act. We have the Indian Patents Act. And for every section we have certain offices across India which will deal with the certain registering of the intellectual property. So first let's move with the patent. What is a patent? A patent is a granted for an invention which is a new product or a process. If say you are coming up with an innovative product which is going to be an alternative for a product which is almost existing in the market. So for example, a safety pin, you are designing an easy safety pin so that it does not have sharp edges and it is easily usable by kids and even small children. Then that safety pin, you can take a patent, or you can design a different umbrella which doesn't have such foldable spokes. So that product you can take a patent. Functionally, it should be sound. Functionally, it should serve the purpose. So patent is a granted for invention, which is a new product or a process. So process in the sense, you can, if you are establishing a business process or a manufacturing technology, you are manufacturing a certain kind of a metal component. That process, if you are defining it or inventing it in a new way, that also can be patented. So patent can be taken for a new product or a new process which does not exist in the current situation. So patent is according to the Patent Act 1970, which was amended in 1970. Patent Act was formed in 1970 and amended, that is, amendments were made in 2006. According to the Patents Act, we can file the patent rights for our innovative idea. So who is going to provide you the patents? The ministry which is going to provide us the patent is the Ministry of Commerce and Industry, from which the Department for Promotion of Industry and Internal Trade, DPIIT, we used to call them as DPIIT, they provide us the patent rights. The period of the patent rights is 20 years, which cannot be renewed after 20 years. We have to keep on adding and improving the patent and upgrade the idea. So only the patent with the specific features, if we are inventing in 2020 now and we are filing a patent, the patent grant which has been given to us is valid only for 20 years, after which anybody can make improvements on this and take another patent, right? So patent is valid for 20 years. It cannot be renewed at all, right? So next is trademark. The trademark is typically a name, a word or a phrase or logo, a design, image. A trademark is something in the Coca-Cola bottle. You can see the Coca-Cola written in a different style. So that is called a trademark. The logo of Volkswagen, that is the trademark. The logo of Puma shoes, that is a trademark. So all those, it can be the style of the name, the style in which the name is written, can be a phrase. The logo, the slogan, life is good. LG, for LG product, the LG is life is good. That slogan is a trademark. And McDonald's food items, we can say I'm loving it. So that is the trademark. So even a logo, a phrase, or a design, or an image, or a combination of all these elements, if I take a trademark, then it is I am the owner of that trademark. So trademark is something which will have a different logo, different name, different phrase, different design or image, or different shape of a bottle. All those things are said to be called as a trademark. So the law which is going to deal with trademark is Trademark Act 1999. And again, this is given by the Ministry of Commerce and Industry from the DPIIT. Trademark is valid for 10 years and it can be renewed. It can be renewed. After 10 years, you can go for renewal of your trademark. So it will be given to you. Okay. So here I am having the examples for patents. Here you can see we have a baby cap, baby shower cap for a baby. So here this is a simple product which can tell what an innovation is. So very exciting product. So every mom faces this problem, right? You cannot without the soap going into the eyes and nose of the very small baby. Then you need to use this kind of an umbrella on the head so that it does not harm the their time, as well as it does not let soap water to go into their eyes. So this is called, if we take a IP for this can be said as patent. And this is the hanger, which will is easy foldable hanger, so that it does not take too much of space in our wardrobe. So this is again, if we take a patent for this is again a patent, right? And the safety pin which we are using in our everyday, that is also a intellectual property which has been filed by someone in 1916 itself. So see, till we are using the safety pin in different forms and different ways. So that is where the power of patent lies. So as I told, trademark, you can see this symbol TM in most of the brands. So TM indicates it is an unregistered trademark, which means they have filed the trademark, but they have not yet received the process. They have not yet been allocated the trademark. So TM, if it is written on the any product, it is an unregistered trademark. Whereas if we see this registered R encircled R, if we see this, then this is called as a registered trademark. And this has been mostly you can see this in Coca-Cola, M.Tech, and Volkswagen. In the products, the edible products symbols, you can see it will be written as R. Even certain banners, you can see that it will be written as TM, or it can be written as R. So TM is unregistered trademark, R is registered trademark. For this, for example, in our Coke bottle, you can see the shape of the bottle is a trademark, and the name in which the Coca-Cola is written, the style in which the Coca-Cola is written is again a trademark. And McD, this M symbol is a trademark, and I am loving it is the slogan. The slogan is also a trademark. And this kind of orange, the color is the trademark here. And in Volkswagen, the logo itself is a trademark. So this is what trademark means. And you can also see in most of the shops banners, you can see the designs made logo or the symbols, and at the end they would have put R or TM in circles. So that is, it means that they have received the trademark for those products, for their slogan or the ideas. Next is we have this copyright and plant breeders' right. So copyright is a bundle of rights given by the law to the creators of literary works. Like you can get copyrights for songs, you can get copyrights for any novel or books or any stories you write, or any musical works, and the film you make, that also can be copyrighted. And the sound recordings, some musics or sound records, if you make, that also can be copyright. So for all artistic works, the copyright plays an important role. And the act which is related to this is Copyrights Act 1957, which was amended in 2012. It is given by the Copyright Office, Ministry of Human Resource Development, Government of India. So this copyright is valid for 60 years. So this symbol, you can see certain softwares, CDs or software brochures, you can see this kind of symbol C. It means that it has been taken the copyrights from the Ministry of Human Resource Development. So this symbol indicates that it has been copyrighted, right? So the period for copyright is 60 years. Next is we have the plant variety protection. This is mostly for the plant breeders, right? If a farmer is breeding an innovative variety of plant, or only he is owning certain variety of plant, he can claim the protection grant for the plant varieties. These rights are given to the farmers, plant breeders, to encourage development of new varieties of plant. You can see most of the farmers and the agricultural research centers, they keep on working for new varieties of plants, and they come across certain new varieties of plants, they can they can go for protecting their variety of plants, and they can file their IP in India. So that is mainly for the farmers and the breeders, plant breeders. Okay, so the protection of plant varieties and Farmers Right Act 2001 is going to give you protection for this new varieties of plants. The ministry which is giving is Department of Agriculture and Cooperation, which is the Ministry of Agriculture. And the period for protection for field crops is 15 years, and for trees and vines it is 18 years. So for how much time this protection is given is 15 years for protection for field crops, whereas for trees and vine kind of plants it is for 18 years, and for notified varieties it is a 15 years from the date of notification. Okay, so this is the period for plant variety protection. There are lots of research going on in agriculture, so all those new varieties of plants are being protected in India. Next we have this design patent. Mostly we get confused with patent and design patent. When we say utility patent, we can name it like this: utility patent and design patent. Utility patent is something which have which is functionally sound. That is called as utility patent. Whereas a design patent is, it will not be functionally sound. It will just have a shape, or it will just be the form in which it is represented. It will not be functionally sound, right? So individually, if we see, utility patents is functionally working fine, it will solve the purpose. Whereas design patents, it is not functionally good, it will not have many values. And one more thing we can differentiate is utility patents. If we apply for 100, the utility patents will have a chance of only 20% to get patent grant, whereas the design patent, whatever we apply, it will have a 90% of processing getting the patent grant, because in design patent they will not see the functional value. Okay, only the shape, only the color, or whatever it is they will see. Whereas in utility patent, the functionality is the main criteria for the patent grant. So that is the big difference between utility patent and design patent. In case of design patent, any industrial design may consist of 3-dimensional features such as shape of an article, or 2-dimensional features such as patterns, lines, or color. This is only the definition criteria for design patent. The Design Acts 2000 is the act which is used. And again, Ministry of Commerce and Industry by DPIIT, the patent is being given. And the period is, the copyright and design is registered for 10 years. And further for 5 years, it can be extended on application for renewal. So this is the period for design patent. 10 years it will be given. After 10 years, it can be renewed for the next, it can be extended for another 5 years. That is the time period for a design patent. Then this comes this geographical indication. All would have heard about Kovilpatti Kadala Mittai and this Darjeeling tea, Kanchipuram silk saree, all those, it will have a geographical indication. It will have a location's name in front. That kind of products are said to be called as geographical indications. So it is a sign used on products that have a specific geographical origin. Means that the product is originated from that particular location and possess qualities or reputation that are due to that origin. It will have the qualities and reputation from that locality. So that is called as geographical indication. And in India, we have lots of geographical indication patents. So we are also familiar with that, right? Because the Darjeeling tea, the Kanjipuram silk, and this Kovilpatti Kadala Mittai, Trinalveli Halwa, all those are said to be called as GIs. So the law which is used is Geographical Indication of Goods, Registration and Protection Act. It is mostly for goods. Okay, so it is mostly for goods, not services. So it is given by DPIIT, Ministry of Commerce and Industry, and it is valid for 10 years. So this GI tag, this is the law. This kind of symbol you can see in the products which are been coming under geographical indication. So here I have some examples for design patent. As I told you, this design patent is totally different from utility patents. It will not have too much of functional value. It will just protect non-functional appearance. So if you see this bottle, you can easily say it as Harpic bottle, right? Because the shape is being protected by design patent by the Harpic bottle. So you can easily notice the shape of this Coca-Cola bottle is again a design patent. It is even if it is not functionally good, the design patent will be granted. All the ornaments which we make, imitation or whatever it is, all those are said to be also called as design patents. And any kind which is just given for the non-functional appearance, that is comes under design patent. So design patent is very simple. It will not have any functional appearance. It will have non-functional appearance, and it will not be rejected in most of the cases. 90% of the design patents will be granted. Okay, so that is what design patent lies with. And GI, the logo which recently we have, India has formulated this GI logo and slogan. Invaluable treasures of incredible India is the slogan of GI. So GI identify agricultural, natural, or manufactured goods. We have this, only goods will be patented in terms of GI. So all those details. Examples of GI are Darjeeling tea, Kanjipuram sari, Kolhapur chappals, Tirupati laddu, Nagpur orange, etc. So India is very rich in geographical indication. So you can see a variety of products which we developed as GI based on the locality. It has been in almost all the states. We have this geographical indication, and these are all going to make export high. We are exporting these kind of goods to foreign countries, and it is also contributing for our GDP. So that is geographical indication tags of India. So next we have this trade secret. The last one is the trade secret. So trademark and trade secrets are different. Trade secret is that it is a formula, it is a pattern, it is a device or set of information. For example, I would say the KFC chicken, the formula to process and to make the KFC chicken is a trade secret. Nobody knows it, only except the owner of the KFC. Coca-Cola, how to make Coca-Cola, the process and what to mix and what to bring that consistency, what to bring that color, all those details nobody else knows, only with it lies only with the Coca-Cola. If I want to protect my process of flow, the pattern or what I use, how much I use in that particular thing, that if I want to protect it, it is called as a trade secret. Simply, if I would say I'm making a biryani, I'm making a different biryani, I want to protect what I'm using in it, how much quantity I'm using in it, all those things, if I write and if I protect it with the file a patent, and that is called as a trade secret. So examples of trade secret are manufacturing processes, ingredients we use, and the chemical composition. So best example is Coca-Cola and KFC. How much amount of quantities, how much ingredients that are used in all those in making that very tasty is again a trade secret. So this is, if we file the process and the amount which we are using as a patent, that is called as a trade secret, because it is easy for others to take it and use it. So they will protect their secret of they will protect the formula that they are using. So these are the different types of intellectual property rights in India. The final one which we have is semiconductors and integrated layouts. This is just mostly used in the electronics industry, where the layout and the design with the transistors and other circuitry elements, and it includes lead wires connecting such elements and express it in any manner in semiconductor integrated circuit. So it is the same material which you can connect, and you can, if you do something innovative in that, then that you can patent it. So that is the semiconductors and integrated layouts patenting. This law is being governed by Semiconductors and Integrated Layout Design Act 2000, given by Department of Electronics and IT, Ministry of Communication and Information Technology. So this is the department which is giving you the patent rights, and it is granted for 10 years. On registration, this is granted for 10 years. Okay. So this will be mostly used for the electronics, the people, companies who are working in electronics and information technology. Okay. So this is the last one. So these are the types of IPR in India. So I would like to give a quick overview, recap of the IPR types in India. We have first is the patent right, then the trademark, then the copyright, then plant breeders right, then utility and model design, that is the design patent. Then you have geographical indication, then you have trade secret, and then you have the semiconductor and integrated layout patent right. So as far as the types, this much is enough for us to know. If we go in details, then again it is not so important for us to know about it. Just if we know what is what, then you can, if you have an innovative idea, you can based on that idea, you can file your patents according to the categories. So IPR legislations in India, this I had also covered in the individual sector itself. So we have this Patent Act 1970, Industrial Design Act, which is for the design patents in 2000, Trademarks Act 1999, GI Act 1999, and all the above laws are administered by PGDDM, Office of the Controller General of Patents, Designs and Trademarks. So this is the person, this office is the head of all the IPR legislations in India. So this is a great field to explore. And here you can see the place, the process where you need to file your patents, and who will be the where in which state you have to contact. So the entire thing is governed by Ministry of Commerce and Industry, Department of Industrial Policy and Promotion. The head is Controller General of Patent, Design and Trademark. Under him, you will have the Patent and Design Office, Trademark Registry, Geographical Indications Registry, and Patent Information System. So Patent and Design Office, you have only in these 4 states, Kolkata, Delhi, Mumbai, and Chennai. Trademark Registry you have in Mumbai, Kolkata, Delhi, Chennai, Ahmedabad. Geographical Indication Registry in Chennai, we have this office. And Patent Information System, you have to get it from Rajiv Gandhi National Intellectual Property Mark, somewhere in Nagpur. So all information related to patent in India lies with this office at Nagpur. So this is the entire hierarchy of IP in India. And so if you are going to start a startup, or if you want to become an entrepreneur, having an innovative idea, may it be a process or may it be a product, then you should know some do's and don'ts, because don'ts will help you what not to do, and do's will help you what to do. So do's: develop an IP strategy, consider all forms of IP, conduct trademark availability, involve IP attorneys, use NDA, non-disclosure agreement at early stages of business. IP attorneys are people who will help you to file the patents. Okay. So don'ts is skimp on your IP budget. Have some budget for your intellectual property. File perfunctory provisional patent application. So before going for the full functional application, file the provisional application. Focus patent applications on a specific technology. Ignore competitors' patents. You don't look into competitors' patent, overlook the details and go ahead with filing your patents if you are having a startup or entrepreneur. Okay, who can file a patent? The inventor can file a patent. The assignee, if you are the assignee, or if you are assigning the idea to a startup or an institution, can assign it to if I'm working in an institution, I have an idea, I'm going to file a patent with in my institution's name, means the institution will be the assignee. So I can file my idea in my institution name, being the applicant will be the institution, whereas the inventor will be my name. So assignee is in that kind of relationship. So legal representatives of deceased person. If a person is not well or if he is not into existence, then the legal representatives, the heirs of those persons, can file a patent. So these are details on where you can file a patent in India. We have this patent office in Mumbai, Delhi, Chennai, and Kolkata. Kolkata is the head office, and for all other places, Kolkata is the patent office. And nowadays it has been e-filing of patents is more easy, rather going to the office of the patent place. Right, the application patent application takes this long. So filing of a patent, again, it can be done manually in the patent office. It can be done online also through the portal, which is called as e-filing of patents. So first step is filing the provisional application, then filing complete specification. Once the complete specification is done, if it is granted yes by the if it is been granted yes by the patent office, then go for publication of application. If it is not granted yes by the office, then the application is abandoned. It is stopped there itself. If you are given yes, publication of application, after 18 months you complete, only after 18 months you will have the option to complete your specification. Then you will have to request for examination, and here within this 18 months you will have to go for a process where the publication, after the publication of application, you will have to request for examination. After the request for examination, you will have examination filed and you will have notified. They will call you for interview. They will call you for interview on your idea. You will see the first examination report. You will file the first examination report. Once it is gone through the examination report, then you will go for hearing in front of the lawyers on the patent office. Then you will go for if the hearing is good, if they are convinced with the idea, they will go for grant, or otherwise they will refuse the patent. If they refuse the patent after 3 months, again you can go for one appeal. If it is directly through for grant, then the patent number will be allotted. So this is the entire process. So simple in terms, if you would say, file the provisional specification, then go for publication, then after 18 after the publication of application, you request for examination, then you file the first examination report, then go for hearing, and then you will give the grant. You will get the grant order. So this is the filing of the process involved in filing patent application. So it is more easy in terms of e-filing also. So these are the different forms that are available for filing the patent. So these details you need not go more in detail, because this is once if you wanted more information on this, you can contact me individually. So one thing I would like to say here is, so far we saw what can be patented, but we also should know what cannot be patented in India, because these things we cannot even apply it for patent rights. So mere discovery of scientific principle, we cannot go for a patent. Mere rearrangement of known devices, no. Agricultural method or horticultural copyright work is not patented. Plants and animals therapeutic treatment is not given patent rights. Mathematical or business method algorithms, these cannot be patented. And frivolous invention or against natural laws, anything related to atomic atomic resources or all those against the natural laws cannot be patented in India. So these all cannot be patented and it will not be provided any patent rights. So that is the other side of the patents. And the challenges in IP industry is, the biggest challenge is lack of awareness. Many innovators are there in our country, student innovators, faculty innovators, a common man is also innovating a lot of things, but the lack of awareness is there, which does not make them file their patent. The other thing is lack of interest of people. As a faculty, as a student, we also are hesitant about the process that is being involved in patent rights, but it is important to undergo that process and take. We lose interest when we go for applying the patent. So fear of the process involved, as again said, time consuming. It takes 18 months to get a patent grant. Then scarcity of genuine patent agents. So there are lots of fraud people also who are working on this patent rights, and they just take up the money and they drag the entire process. So that is also available. And corruption is again one other thing which has been into existence. So all these are together contributing for the challenges of the IP industries. If we want to break all these, then sure, IP process is going to be similar, and it is going to be very easy for any faculty or student. Right. So India's performance in the IP index, as I said, as Maitreyi also mentioned, we are in the 40th rank. We have scored 38.4 out of 150 intellectual property related indicators. So this is our status right now, and the score has been increased every year. The score has to increase, and the India is taking, the nation is taking important steps to increase the score of IP index in our nation. So taking forward towards the innovation and entrepreneurship ecosystem. Despite all these challenges, all these issues in the IP industry, there are lots of opportunities for the students, faculty, and innovators, so that if any innovative idea, potential idea is available with them, through one patent rights, they can change the entire life and future of India as well as their own. So don't hesitate. Any innovative idea, you can go for patent rights. And filing of patent rights is an easy process, not so difficult. E-filing is very, very easy. You can also go and log in, and you can do it on your own. That is very easy. And if any help needed, I can also help on that, filing the e-filing of patents. That is also there. So I wish everyone to innovate and patent their ideas, so that they also have a great future and also provide a great future for India. So tomorrow's society will be knowledge societies. Tomorrow's market will be the knowledge markets. Tomorrow's wars will be fought with the new thermonuclear weapons called information and knowledge. This information and knowledge has to be owned by the IP. Only the knowledge can be owned only by IP. So that should be our focus today. So knowledge, if it is ours, innovation, if it is ours, then we need the intellectual property. So every Indian should try to be a knowledge worker. So there is a strong potential. Usually we see this kind of scenes. We see the iceberg above the water surface, but under the water surface, you can see a huge mass of ice which is being hidden. And this is again the potential. This is the strong potential, and this should be our focus of our views towards moving towards opportunity. So this kind of vision is important for youngsters, for students of this generation, and faculty who are going to hold them. So who will survive? It is the strongest of the species who will survive, and it is not the strongest of the species. it is not the intelligent person, but those who are adaptive to change, they will only survive, is the message from Charles Darwin. Because we must adapt ourselves to technology, we must adapt ourselves to innovations, we must adapt ourselves to the future. So we are not adapting ourselves, then we cannot be, or we cannot exist in this world. So that is more important. So, and with this special note, as I said, this person, Bront Eckermann, is still earning money out of this one invention. So I wish all students to become like this person in the future and make money in India. So break the records, ideate and innovate. Innovate in India, make in India, and make India proud. So the journey never ends. So keep working on any idea, any innovative idea. If you're finding it potential, you can express it to your IIT members in the institution. They will help you in filing the patents and converting it into a business. So the IIT's whole concept is campus to commercialization. So in that way, the faculty and the IIC members, innovation ambassadors in your institution will help you in converting your ideas into a startup. So that's it from my side, and best wishes, and thank you for the opportunity. If you have any questions, you can ask.
Thank you, ma'am. I have consolidated the questions asked by the students.
Yes.
So what are the criteria for patenting an invention?
Criteria in the sense, it should be an innovative idea. That's it. That is the first criteria. And it should have a claim kind of thing. Claim means how a claim means the difference which it makes from other existing products. So claims in the sense, if I'm going to file a patent for a pen, right? The pen should, I should say, state 4 claims for this pen, how it is different from the existing pen. So that is very important for filing a patent. Then writing in description about that pen in terms of abstract. So that is, this is all the filing in terms of filing. Once it goes for publication and then it goes for grant, then there will be a different kind of verification process where you need to show the utility of the pen, how it is potentially different from the existing ones, right? So there are no such rules. If you see that, if you identify certain things which is not into existence and it is totally different from the existing ones, then that you can use it as, that you can go definitely for a patent filing. Yes.
Is there any age restriction in getting a patent?
No, not at all.
Okay. So how can I find out if someone else is using a trademark that I am interested in putting up for my business or something?
So you can actually they say this as infringement, because infringement is something which, if I'm having a trademark or I'm having a copyright, someone is using mine, then they say that as infringement. So you cannot you have to go for a trademark search and see whether there are existing ones in the trademarks. But if in some other place, if they are using, and if you are able to come across and see that on by chance or through some media or something like that, you can ask them. You cannot search only those who are registered trademarks. You can search and see whether I can use this trademark or not, right? For the existing ones, you can see like that. If someone is using yours in some other places, that you cannot have a trademark search. Right? They will not get it. They will have not got the trademark rights, but they will be using it. That you will have, when you come across that things, you can search for whether this person has got a trademark. For that, you can search and then you can take for action.
Okay, there is one more question. What is the minimum amount that is needed to get a patent?
Okay. So for filing, when you go for filing the patent in the patent office, it is just around 2,000 rupees. Okay, if you go for directly to the patent office and if you go for filing your patent, it's just 2,000 rupees. Whereas in e-filing, you can first file a patent for 2,600 rupees, and then quick filing process is there, for which in 1 week itself you will get a publication detail. So that is the quick filing process, and it for the quick filing of a patent, it costs around 4,500. But if you go directly to the patent office, it will be around 2,000. And we have this Kapila scheme in AICT also, where every college can log into their dashboard this Kapila scheme, and they can, if we are filing 20 patents from our institution, from our college, through our college name, of which 20 patents, 10 patents filing amount will be reimbursed to the institution. So there is also the scheme which is available. You make use of that also.
So what is the difference between a copyright and a trademark?
Copyright is for the artistic things, right? So for any literary works, stories, novels, and paintings and all those things. So that is copyright. Trademark is for the symbol or the logo which the company is registering for their name. Simple is, a novel book will have a copyright. The McDonald's symbol M is said to be called as the trademark. This is the easiest differentiation.
For what type of products can GIs be used?
Okay, it should have the special reputation from the locality. That is, for example, Kanjivaram sari, it should be produced there. It should have a cooperation or an association through which it is produced, and all the materials will have to be used from that particular location. Only manufactured in that place and transferred to all other places. Nowhere it should be manufactured. So that is the main thing for GI.
Okay,
It cannot be duplicated anywhere. You cannot make a Kanjipuram sari in Chennai and you sell it in other places. You cannot do that. It has to come from Kanjipuram. It has to come from that particular association.
Okay, this is the final question, ma'am. How are
Yes.
GIs related to any business?
So GIs mostly contribute for exports. Why they get this GI is to increase our exports. So that is why this kind of thing are GIs are recognized in India and they are taken. So they are mostly, they contribute a lot for the economical growth of our country, and trade is very linked to GIs. So that is why you can only you can get this in most of the places. You cannot see this Kovilpatti, Kadalamittai, Tirunelveli halwa, or in every shops you cannot find, right? So if you go to that place, you can have plenty of those things. But in all shops in other regions, you cannot have that. So because it is being exported, it is being sent out. So to increase our trade value, they go for this GIs.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Yes.
So I now invite Satvika, IIC Secretary Shift 2, to propose the vote of thanks.
A very good afternoon, one and all gathered here. No duty is more urgent than that of returning thanks. It's my privilege to have been asked to propose a vote of thanks on this occasion. First and foremost, we are grateful to the management, Principal Dr. R. Geeta ma'am, aided Vice Principal Dr. M.S. Heka ma'am, and self-supporting stream Vice Principal Dr. Victoria Priscilla ma'am for supporting and encouraging us to organize this program. I would like to express my gratitude to Mrs. Kavitha Karthikeyan ma'am for her presence and thought-provoking session. We are fortunate enough to be backed by a team of very motivated and dedicated IIC staffs, coordinators, and student coordinators for untiring efforts and hard work for planning and executing this program successfully. I would fail in my duty if I won't thank all the non-teaching staffs of our college for their support in making this program. Last but not the least, I must mention my deep sense of appreciation and a big thank to all my beloved students for their sincerity and to be a pillar of support and strength throughout the program. I once again thank each and everyone associated in this program. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Satvika. I now request all the panelists to switch on their videos for a quick photo session. Thank you, ma'am.
So thank you all and all the best. Wish you all the best. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Kavitha ma'am, thank you so much for accepting
you,
our
Dr.
invite.
Sridhar.
Ma'am.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Thank you. Bye.
I hope our students got more information regarding the topic IPR through your presentation. We would like to have you in our offline sessions too, ma'am, in future.
Sure, ma'am. I'm actually eager to come visit your college because I'm surprised by the questions answered by your students. Really great, ma'am. Keep it up. Good work, ma'am. Good work.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am. Bye.
Thank you so much. Bye.